All right, so it is Sunday night. It is pretty late, and I decided to hop on here and make a quick update video. Why? Because this is when Bitcoin decides to do something significant, I guess. We just recently got a dump, a pretty large move to the downside, and we actually fell down below the value area high of this larger range. So a pretty significant development there. We got to move back inside of this value area. And not only is tomorrow the start of a new week, it is also the start of a new month. So potentially we may see some early month volatility, and maybe Bitcoin will decide on a direction if it is going to, choose a direction. We have been ranging here for like a month and a half at this point. And I don't want to speculate too much on, what scenarios could happen. At this point, the market structure is very weird. It's throwing, me off at least. The daily market structure, you could say we have SFP'd the last higher low on the daily. You could not. Like I said, it's very weird because this higher low that we formed was formed off of an SFP. So not, technically a higher low to some, but we did SFP it. And, you could also look at it as, since we made a lower low here, maybe we made a lower high here. And if we lose this, maybe now we are beginning a daily downtrend. There's a lot of different ways to look at it. And honestly, I think we will get more clarity sometime, after the month starts, maybe like a week or so into May. But I just want to quickly run through what I'm looking at in terms of levels and some potential scenarios. So since we got to move down below the value area high, based on value area rules, you would think that it is more likely that we will now get a move to the point of control of the range and maybe even the value area low. Now, we did get a move into what I would call the high volume area of this range, the area with the most volume inside this range. And you can see we did wick right down to like the start of this high volume area. So I think that is significant, but I would definitely be more interested in the point of control probably. Right now, I'd say I'm probably most interested in this value area high. Since we kind of failed to hold it as support here, I would definitely be interested to see if we find resistance on it. Because if we do, I think there is definitely a higher likelihood that we will get a move down to the point of control and maybe even the value area low. And there is some very interesting confluence around that value area high if I zoom in. 0.5, so right now the fib from the high to the low, the 0.5 fib is lining up right at that value area high. And we also have some single prints that we formed on this move to the downside. If I turn on this TPO indicator, the single prints fill right about 29198.5, which is a little bit above that value area high. So maybe if we come up and fill those single prints and then see a drop back down below the value area high, and also the daily open is right above there as well. So maybe we come a little bit above where those single prints fill and tap off the daily open. But mainly I want to see if we get rejected from that value area high. So even if we come above it and then fall back down below it, on a higher time frame, that basically shows that we got rejected. So I would say right now this is the level that I am most interested in. I think it is the level that holds the most significance. Like I said, if we find resistance on this value area high now, that basically shows that price wants to continue trading in this range. And so then a move down to the other significant volume levels in the range becomes much more likely. And I forgot to mention that I did take a long here, but I wanted to come back and talk about it because it was a level that I talked about in my last video. We did get a move right down to that NDPOC. If I find where I had it marked out, we came down and hit that NDPOC to the dang dollar. And we also filled this 30-minute order block. And so I did take a little long scalp there. Market cipher definitely was not looking great for this. Low time frame money flow was getting very deep in the red. 12-minute money flow is not looking good. So I don't know if this one is going to continue to play out, but I'm still holding it. We did see a pretty massive decrease in open interest as we got this move to the downside. That last move down to the NDPOC did stop out a lot more trades right there, as you can see. And I actually did just add a little bit more into this trade because we are potentially seeing some absorption here. If I zoom in with the CVD and open interest, right now, price has made a higher low, CVD has made a lower low, and the open interest has been increasing, as you can see. So we are potentially seeing absorption as we get a move into the golden pocket after bouncing from that NDPOC. So maybe this continues to play out. I did not hit TP1 yet, just because I got a pretty bad entry on this. I added a little bit lower than my entry, so maybe it's down here right now. And I was targeting the VWAP, so maybe we'll see a move up to there. But yeah, other than that, I'm not looking for too many long scalps. This 30-minute order block is already tapped, so no longer valid. I don't know if I'd be looking at this golden pocket. Maybe if we keep putting in lower lows and we do something like this where we kind of SFP the lows twice and then break structure. That tends to be a pretty decent reversal sign. You get that curved bottom, the SFPs the lows, the break of structure. So maybe if we do that into the golden pocket, I'd be interested in it, but I'll have to see, as price action develops. And some other levels that I just had marked out for potential long scalps. Right below us, we do have, kind of a 5-minute order block. I marked out this 5-minute candle, and, other than that, there really isn't any that have not been tapped, at least until you come down here. I do have another one marked out, this purple candle, which we came close to tapping right here, but yeah, I think that one is still valid as well. So, I got 2 5-minute order blocks marked out that we formed on that little move to the upside. Other than that, there's not much. This was a very weird move. We just, formed this high up here and then got this massive move to the downside. And so there's not too much of significance inside of here, I don't think. But this 5-minute order block, the lower one, does have some nice confluence, I think. It is a pretty key support resistance flip. Resistance right here, support here, resistance here and here. It was resistance before we even entered this range. It was one of the first points we found resistance on, and it was a significant support resistance level since. So I think the top of this 5-minute order block is a interesting level as well. It is, in between the point of control and the value area low of this range. So I don't know how much significance I would give it, and maybe I will treat this as more of a scalp. It depends on the confirmations I see as well, but other than that, there isn't much in terms of significant support, I'd say. I think right now the main thing to watch would be this point of control and, also in general this high volume area. If we start to lose that, then I do think a move down to the value area low becomes much more likely. And, for this level, I would really want to see us bounce from here and then reclaim this high volume area and kind of find support in there somewhere before moving higher. Otherwise, we could just get a bounce from here, reject off the point of control, and then move lower. That is a possibility. And yeah, other than that, I guess I'm just going to wait on price action to develop before I look for more levels. I think, like I said, this up here is the level I'm most interested in at this point. All right, well, I think that is about it for this one. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all in the next one.